We hear y'all. Good morning and welcome to another edition of Wake and Pack People. Um, on a Thursday morning, we're almost there. Almost another week in the bag of this Wake and Pack deal. I'd like to thank everybody for always showing up, commenting, and everything. These are just times of the year where just day by day by day by day goes by, and we have to find something to talk about, but which there's never a shortage. Shout out to my girl in the building, man, Brandy Lewis. Definitely. So that's how I wanted to start off today, actually, Brandy, and kind of starting off with my title, no wide receiver, no problem, and not just a wide receiver, but just a wide receiver one. You know, we were stuck for as Packer fans, I say 6 or 7 years straight to where the whole mass media, Packer fans alike too, where we just need to draft a receiver. We just need to draft a receiver. You know what I'm saying? We just need to draft a receiver. We never did it, or to the liking of, the fan bases or the national media, So I'm kind of glad we're over that hump. There was a time where the Packers, we seen it. We're all fans where we were struggling to get separation, receivers being too slow. And that's all with one of the best receivers ever in the game, Davante Adams. So I always think the wide receiver position is kind of overshadowed. I mean, not overshadowed, but like I think they get too much credit for what they actually do. I mean, if you look at, a lot of the Super Bowl champions, this actually drove me to do some research on certain wide receiver statistics. When I look at teams who finish the year with top tier wide receivers, a lot of those guys don't end up being in Super Bowls and winning a lot of really important games. Hello, Kansas City Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. Who is their wide receiver one? Somebody who we really just let go, right? Or y'all gonna go with Rashee Rice over there? No, MVS is the wide receiver one and has been for Kansas City, although they don't have an established one, and that shows that you don't need a Justin Jefferson to win a Super Bowl in this league. You don't need a Jamar Chase. And then again, these guys are, they could be injury prone and a lot of shit. A lot of shit could be going on. So I'm just glad that we are beyond this because this is the time of the year where people will start rambling that kind of stuff, whether it's via free agency or the draft. Oh, Packers going to get a wide receiver. Packers going to get a wide. So I'm just so glad that we don't have to deal with that. I'm so glad that we could probably get the best position that's in the draft at that time. And I think that's a good place to be. And just like Brandy said, did y'all see what happened in Buffalo? Denver might be having a fire sale. There might be a lot more potential for us to grab somebody out there this year. So, I don't know if Goot is Nostradamus. I don't know if he's seen this shit coming ahead of time. But again, I thought that we were, going to sit back and chill the fuck back for at least 2 years to just get some of this shit off the books. But again, we got Russ Ball, man. We got Gutekunst, a guy who he says he's not afraid to make any moves. So again, fire sales are happening, and then be happy that we haven't had a fire sale yet, right? As much as talking, as much as reports out there of, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, David Bakhtiari, Keyshawn Nixon, whoever the fuck else, Devondre Campbell, we haven't seen nothing shake yet. Not to say that it won't happen because next week is going the fuck down as far as free agency. So we're going to hold off talking about that until then. But I'm just glad we're not forced or boxed in to think that we need to go grab a wide receiver. So I'm glad we out of that because we really don't. And again, like, I don't know, days of dominant wide receiver ones, I mean, it's always nice to have, right? Just one guy who could really take over a game. That's cool. But again, the Jordan Love's favorite receiver is the open receiver. We don't want to get him into the kind of mindset and idea that Aaron Rodgers had with Davante Adams. As good as it was, as many as numbers that they put up together, what did they really do as far as winning very big games? All I remember is in very big games, Aaron Rodgers throwing to a double cover Davante Adams, and we had a Lazard wide open. We had somebody else wide open. So that's all I remember. So I'm glad this receiver talk can really be swept behind us. Shout out to my boy David, man, and that's Niehoff, y'all. I mean, well, that's what happens when you make, I don't know what his decision making was. Again, maybe the wife, hey, maybe at that time, Aaron, he knew Aaron was going to retire. Hey, Vegas is nice and shiny, new stadium. He's a newlywed pretty much still, right? Just had a baby. Maybe that was more of a family deal, family move. Devontae did mention, it's closer to the Bay, right? Vegas is lot closer to the Bay than Green Bay, although with flights and the amount of money this guy has, didn't see travel as being a problem. But it is what it is, and he's got to be feeling it. I mean, he got a new head coach over there, got a couple good players over there, but he cannot sit and think that he wouldn't be in a better position in Green Bay. But hey, that's what happens. Exactly. But there's some crazy stories out there saying Goop might get a quarterback for depth or whatever it is. Exactly. And that's Gutekunst's whole deal. He always makes sure he says, you could talk about now all you want. Yeah, he's talking about now we might get somebody, but he said we are always building for now and the future. So that's just Gutekunst. That's his way of doing it. And I say we just roll with it. It's been working. You damn right. Hey, bro. But shout out to Angry Casual Fan. But all they got to do to fix that is turn Keyshawn Nixon to a strictly a returner only, bro. The reason Jaden Reed is returning punts is because Keyshawn is just getting off of the field on defense because he's playing nickel, where he shouldn't be at. Just like they had Amari Rodgers returning punts for far too long. I'm like, at what point is they going to make a change, And they finally did it. So, yeah, I don't want Jaden Reed back there either. Dave, that's what I keep hearing. That's what I keep hearing. And again, from my own knowledge when it comes to Clifford, I haven't seen anything crazy or bad about him. You know what I'm saying? If he really was out there and wet the bed, I would remember and have reference like, oh, okay, we got to see how he is. But every time he did get in, it was pretty smooth, right? So we don't even know how he is as a backup yet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they know a lot more than us, but I think it kind of be crazy to draft a quarterback right now, maybe in 2 years. But again, cheap labor. But again, that's what Clifford is. Clifford is cheap. So I wouldn't understand getting a quarterback right now, unless it's for, draft capital, right? And you're going to do something within the draft, trade it back, do something with the shit, right? But yeah, just glad we're over all the wide receiver mumbo jumbo. We got a good core. And again, I'm telling y'all, we're going to be struggling in the summer when I do my wake and pack on the receiving room. We're going to all come up with our list of who needs to stay and who needs to go. And there's going to be an odd man out in everybody's list who could potentially be a starter. But I'm letting y'all know right now, Bo Melton is on and should be on every list to not only make the team, but Bo Melton shouldn't step foot on the practice squad this year. That's just how I'm feeling. From what I've seen him do, effortlessly, just seamlessly just goes in, runs the offense fluently. I don't remember any ugly, disgusting drops. I don't remember him just looking like he don't know what he's doing out there, forgetting plays, running wrong routes. I did not see that from Bo Melton, man. So I think, and what I always say, you cannot teach speed, man. And I think this offense can be taken to another level with just the players that we have. And that's saying something because we know we're going to get a weapon of some sort, somehow, some way, whether it's free agency or, the draft. So that's got to be good. I think he's still in that prideful sense in his career where bro is just a starter. He's just going to try to go start somewhere. I feel that Russell Wilson would rather start for a losing team than be a backup for a good team. That's just where I'm at with him right now. And then again, man, he's a, 9-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl winning, champion and all that. So And I still do think, given the right situation, he has more to bring to the table. Not more, but just a bit of the same, right? I don't see Russell Wilson quarterbacking a future NFL Super Bowl team anymore. But he's still gonna go out there and probably get his bag for a sucker out there. There's always a sucker. Well, we seen what happened the last time we tried to use it, Brandy, right? We tried to use it on Devontae and he just wasn't having it. And that, listen, it really depends on the player, the time and position he is in his career, just all kind of certain shit, right? So it could wrinkle feathers, with certain players and their agents if a franchise tag is presented to them. So we tried to give it to Devontae. He said he ain't having it. He said he ain't coming to camp, and we just don't need that kind of freaky shit around. Um, you know, as a player, it does feel like it's a rental, right? As a player, you always want stability, and that's just really a one-off. Now, to me, the price tag that you're going to get for any, above average player on a 1-year deal, franchise tag, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. But again, you always think these motherfuckers get hurt on a 1-year contract. Yeah, that 20 mil is good, whatever, for that 1 year, but say they blow their knee out. They just need more comfortability with their contracts and stuff. So, probably younger upstarts in the game would probably be more acceptable to taking that because they feel like, I'm young in the game. I got 5, 6, 7, 8 years left. But when you like a Devontae, 8, 7 years in already, and they doing that kind of shit with you, at that point, he's been a leading receiver for a long time. In all of our eyes, he's been the best receiver for 2, 3 years before the whole NFL said it. He's finally started getting his credit on his way out of Green Bay with us. But I was telling motherfuckers 2 years ahead of that, Devontae's the best receiver. So, yeah, you could wrinkle feathers. And that's just something nobody wants to deal with. I think a younger player with more, probably years left on his career, probably not married yet, shit like that, you could probably navigate better knowing you're on a franchise tag. But a vet who'd been in the game for a long time and put in a lot of time, stats, and think he deserves that big contract, which Devontae wanted, he said, if I've been looked at as being the top receiver for so long, God damn it, I need to get paid as one, at least for one time. And he went and he got it. So I hope you're happy, Davante Adams. You got the highest paid receiver title. I don't know if you're going to hang that up on the wall. I mean, I know your bank account is looking good for it, but you know how it go. That is a good question. We're going to have to find that out. That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's a good question. Should be able to, right? But yeah, I don't know the restrictions on the comp picks, but we definitely have a few of them, right? Shout out to my boy Milto. Y'all know, hey, y'all see Milto in the building. Go ahead, hit that like button, man. Thank you, bro. I don't know what you've seen. I don't know if you've seen something today, Milto, but you know how I go. It's just that's what it is. You're gonna hear stories about Bakhtiari, Aaron Jones, Keyshawn Nixon, again, but ain't nothing shaking. But some shit will be shaking next week, right? So I don't know how our approach is going to be, but we might have to just listen to what Goot said. Brian Gutekunst said this is not going to be an overhaul, right? You would think that we would do something that Buffalo did with Jeff Hafley coming in. Oh, out with the old in with the new defensive coordinator, new staff. We just about to set him up with all these new players. I don't know what Buffalo's doing, but again, Buffalo is paying the price for being on the fringe of being a Super Bowl team, right? Buffalo done went all out a couple of times. Von Miller, just a lot of these Stephon Diggs, a lot of these guys they've been getting drafting, Jared Cook, whatever the Cook name is, not Dalvin's little brother, whatever his name is. So this is just a, consequence of going all in, and now they got too much money on the books. They got to let some motherfuckers go. Would I want either the Poirier guy or Tre'Davious White? I mean, as player and name value, I would want them, but I'm not going to honestly say I've been watching them closely for the past 2 years. I know they're good players and I know their names, but I would really have to go and see what they did last year to see if I even want them to be a part of our team. But again, like Brandy said, there is an abundance of not only safeties, but cornerback, just defensive backs, you guys, in this free agency class. So we're going to see what we could do. That's what happens after a run like that. Again, man, you know, it's a good thing getting a Super Bowl, but once you get a Super Bowl, especially as a quarterback, probably with a likable face, promotions everywhere, endorsements everywhere, like you get tied into the whole deal. They are the leaders of the team, but more often than not, quarterbacks are overpaid, right? I'm not going to say so, but there are some Packer fans who would look at Aaron Rodgers' contracts over the years and put that up next to the Super Bowls we got. Although that is not the way I think, and it just don't work like that. But you got some fans who just think like that. That is the consensus. A lot of people say that. Oh, just same with Favre. Oh, all those years of greatness, only won a ring. All those years. Well, hello, where's your ring at, Minnesota? Where's your ring at, Detroit? You know, where's your ring at, Jacksonville Jaguars? Is it Jaguars or Jaguars? I don't know. We do. I might think I used to be a big fan of Eddie Jackson. I used to think like he could possibly be something. But what we do know is Eddie Jackson was never the same when Adrian Amos left. I was wondering about that. I'm like, oh, we taking Amos. I was like, we taking the least of their safeties. But then Amos's job was so important. He took care of so many things that Eddie Jackson was able to roam around. Now we do have that roaming safety kind of position in the Jeff Hafley defense. But again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Eddie Jackson, you know, is the same Eddie Jackson we want. Poyer, yes. Simmons, yes. Keanu Neal. Shit. Again, man, I'm of the idea if we're gonna go get a guy, let's get a guy. I want Whitworth. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm not gonna get into this. I want a certain player because if we don't get him, I don't want to be like that. You got, you know, and this is just beware, you guys. That's why I'm so happy we don't need a wide receiver because within the next week or 2 days, we're gonna be seeing all kind of articles. Oh, we're this close. This team is talking to this team. This player just met with this team. This player just met with this team. It's not going to mean nothing until we get the real deal, sealed deal. The Packers have signed such and such player. I would not be paying attention, bro. I'm not about to be stressing myself out talking about some would-be picks. So we're really going to see when the time tells how serious Gutekunst is, bro. And we're going to find this out within a week, bro. Monday, right, is the first time motherfuckers could actually make some calls, a little tampering going on. And then I believe by Thursday or Friday, it's going to be on and motherfucking, you know, hey, it's going to be going down. Like, you know, we really going to see what Gutekunst was really talking and thinking. And not only are we going to find out more from who we get in free agency, but then that'll let us know of more of what we could potentially do in the draft. So I cannot wait to see how the dominoes fall. Definitely. You know, that's I call a good back. I don't call a good back a guy that could get the ball, make one cut, and take it to the house, right? I mean, a lot of these guys are athletes. They should be fast enough to do that. My good back is it should have been a -2 run, but you managed to get a +3. Or we on the goal line with 4 to go, and the first initial contact you hit, you don't go in, you do a little roll around, or you know, you get a little push in your back, and then you find your way in the end zone. That's Aaron Jones, you know. And there's always exceptions, there's always outliers, right? So we just need that guy, bro. We just need that guy. And again, there is always a sucker. Not only would somebody go out there and pay him what we're fucking paying him right now, just because he's coming from this franchise. Y'all got to understand the value. People are so confident getting free agents from Green Bay, no matter how they did in Green Bay, because at least they know that they were groomed well. At least they know that they went to a great franchise. And, you know, I know the saying and what it's been, as far as Green Bay not getting talents just because of the area or whatever. Nobody wants to go there for free agency. I kind of beg to differ, bro. Y'all just seen Buffalo clean house from a would-be tried Super Bowl run that they'll do. I know that they are, probably close to big cities like New York and shit like that. But Buffalo's still Buffalo, y'all. Right? So Buffalo could do it, right? And then again, we can do it too. We've already proven we could do it, but I just want to, kind of get rid of that narrative too of, oh, nobody wants to come to Green Bay. Maybe in the days where Woodson did come, maybe those were the end days of that kind of shit happening. But now I think these kids just want to go ball out, number one. And I think they want to just go be successful with established quarterback. Not saying Jordan Love is that now, but the love that Jordan Love was getting walking around Radio Row, everybody noticed some Cam Newton showing them love. A lot of people saying, hey, you the one, you that guy. Motherfuckers around the league is going to know that. You don't think Stephon Diggs maybe would be free agent? Clearly, we ain't going to get him. But I'm just saying, you don't think guys would even think, they ain't just going to look at Green Bay and free agency, gloss over and go to the next team. They're going to look at it for a while and say, okay, Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, winning franchise. Like if you think logical when the Packers come across your table as far as negotiating deals as a free agent, like we are going to be a hot spot right now, especially, hey, what happened when we got our coaching staff? You got players out there vouching. Richard Sherman, oh yeah, Coach Half is really good, man. Like we've heard that kind of talk with a lot of these coaches, and I'm telling y'all, man, we cooking up something good. That's why also I don't want to go on a release party. Like I don't want to release 4 or 5 people. Listen, we were cooking up something really good toward the end, and it had to do with the individuals we had in the locker room. You don't want to change that shit up too much now. That's why, again, Goot said it would not be an overhaul. And you can see so, because if not, we'd have been acting like Buffalo. We would have been cut Nixon, cut Jones, cut Campbell. We would have did whatever we really needed to do by this point. Now, again, all hell could break loose next week and we cut everybody. But again, in Goot we trust. We are in good hands. Shout out to Go Mike. I agree with you, bro. That's crazy. Jamal Adams, he's that sexy name, sexy pick, but I'll pass, I'm good. Now, again, if we were to get him, again, Halfley, it depends, but he's taking a step back. He ain't the guy he was with the Jets. Definitely now Seattle, again, I don't know if he'll scheme, but he took a step back. Thank you, Milto, for the instant news. So we got our answer, Brandy. And then it's kind of like a free pick. So I was kind of leaning towards no, right? But, now we got the answer. Now, he is a guy who, he is a guy who I would be okay with getting, I agree. Lacey was a beast. What that shows you, bro, Wonderlicks, RASs, whatever the fuck else, how they test guys that really don't have nothing to do on the field. Because they test and trust Eddie Lacy. Hey, you get an ankle injury that's very hard to recover from. He a big boy anyway. When you're a big boy with an ankle injury, you can't do cardio. You on the couch. You still got your big boy habits as far as eating. You just ate yourself out of a job in the contract. Shout out to my boy Steve, man. The Twins are in the building. For sure. I hear about this guy from Texas, too. Have you heard about him, Steve? Yeah, definitely. And again, it took the great Aaron Rodgers to be in one day in practice like, hello, who's this guy? Like, maybe we should try to put him in. That's how Aaron Jones, ended up getting in. It was from a word of Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if it was, that was the end all be all, but when QB1 is saying like, yo, let's get this guy a chance. And what happened when he came in? As soon as he had his coming out party game, Mike McCarthy came out there. Said, I'm happy for Aaron Jones. He came in and stepped up, did what we needed him to do. And Aaron Jones never looked back, especially in the state of Texas, in the city of, I was going to say Dallas, but Arlington. You're 100% right, Steve. That's why I'm saying, fuck, I don't want to hear nothing about Bo Melton even being on the practice squad. I think he's earned his spot to be on this fucking team, bro. Too talented all over the board, man. So we got to get him. And again, you can't teach speed. It's all subjective, you know. It's all subjective. More than one way to, skin a cat. Although I never. Okay, so they can be traded. So we got a little conflict. We got to find out what's really going on. Yeah, I seen and actually did do a little research on Max Melton, man, and that is a guy who I would like to get. And Bo being his brother is just enough. I would like that. You had the McCourty twins at one point on the same team, a couple other times, maybe one time, but it's more from his skill set, right? And iron sharpens iron. So if these motherfuckers grew up in the house together, you see what Bo could do. You got to think, and then the little brother always got the little brother syndrome. They're going to keep coming. They're going to keep fighting until you just let them have it one time, right? So I would love to get him just based off of skill and his upbringing. I know he was brought up in the same house as Bo. Look at how Bo has turned out, pretty good human being, I would say at this point. Never had any trouble or anything like that, to my knowledge. Been through the grind of the practice squad thing. It is not fun, but then he actually been through the shine. Started in the NFL games, helped this team, the best franchise in NFL, scoring touchdowns, catching balls, doing what he needs to do, man. So shout out to Bo Melton and shout out to Max Melton. Hopefully we could get him. All I'm hearing is no, but all I'm hearing might be bullshit. But just to let you know, excuse me, I want him back. I want him back. I actually read an article today on him talking about him retiring, Brandy. So I don't know how that's true, but we'll see. You're right. But in our defense, Brandy, okay, if you look at Amon-Ra and look at Equanimeous, just side to side, right? And we GMs, we ain't seen them run the drill or nothing, but we just see their scores on paper, right? Since all this shit is so important, everybody want to score these athletes. And then again, y'all got to think at the end of the day, this is coming from another human being. I mean, it's a machine on the way they put it all together, but this is a motherfucker's idea of, they used to have triangle wheels out there. That was some motherfucker's idea. I don't think it lasted long, but then motherfucker was like, you know what, the wheel should be round. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with quarterback rating. At first there was a time where that was not even a thing, right? Then you got ESPN's quarterback rating is different from the regular. It's like, come on, this is all motherfuckers just sitting back and creating some shit. Now, a lot of creations be a good idea, like the invention of a chair or just certain shit like that. But damn. But yeah, I would say, looking at the brothers, I would have probably picked Equanimeous too. But yeah, Amon-Ra is definitely the better brother. Well, his game can fit anywhere. When you look at Campbell, I mean, especially in the All-Pro year, and let me just let you know, Steve, All-Pros, they are not just given away on the corner, right? You got to earn them motherfuckers more than a Pro Bowl. They give out Pro Bowls more now, but All-Pro is really, you are looked at, especially first team, you're looked at the best player at that position, albeit just that year. But for him to be that talented just not that long ago and saying that he's playing with injuries and he's not playing with them anymore, you got to trust a man at his word. That shows that he was hurt. That's why it was different. And again, if you look at his measurables, a linebacker who could go sideline to sideline, not going to have to do that as much because we're going to have an extra linebacker in there. So it's going to be less ground for him to cover. He can just be explosive in between the hash marks. You're going to have a guy next to him and a guy on the other side of him. depending on who they put in the middle, and depending on how Hafley, again, we don't know what Coach Hafley sees in these players. We really don't know. He might think the world of some guys and think that he has some gem with some of these guys' skill set with people we've been saying, oh, it's time for him to go now. Hey, people drive cars differently. Like I told you, I could get the same car as this next motherfucker. He ain't never getting a wash. He ain't never getting an oil change. What is Hafley's goal? To get the best out of each of his players. How do you get the best out of your player? You put them in the best position to do what their strength is. And that's what he's going to do. That's what he said he's going to do. That's why he's so versatile. That's why he said he's like a defensive version of Matt LaFleur. Definitely, David. And that's why I'm saying, in order to pick up where they left off, you got to have some of the same pieces, right? There was a little combination of gumbo that was a good one. We had a good mixture of this and that. And again, ahead of time, ahead of schedule. Probably shouldn't have been in that game against the Niners, but gave them a run for their money to the point they were scared. I had people texting me thinking we won already. I had to tell them, no, it's still a long game. All right, so if you guys, haven't noticed yet, the angry casual fan is not a fan of Christian Watson. Okay, he just doesn't like him. I feel where you coming from on that one, and I think we would get value with a 4th round pick. But let's keep it real. Gutekunst, obviously, he's got some hits, he's got some misses. People would say. But one thing he does do is, like, if it's a Goot pick, he's going to work out. He's going to exercise every option he can. Carlson will be back next year kicking balls. You know what I'm saying? They might bring in a little fake competition, but they're going to get this dude another chance. They gave Crosby a few more years, and I thought he should have got. Seriously. But, I mean, Watson's just too incredible for me. All you got to do is look at his highlights, man. I mean, I know they highlights, but, like, I seen all those plays live, and again, he's just a game changer. And now the big difference with getting Watson now is we don't have to depend on him. We showed that we could play and win without him, but he would just be like an extra addition, an extra weapon, just that extra round of artillery in our pocket that we can use at our disposal at any given time during any set game. There might be games where, just like San Francisco, I was wondering where he's at. There might be games where Christian Watson might get 2 catches or something. Then there might be games where he gets 5 for $125. Like, he's that kind of player. 4 receptions, 100 yards. We done seen that kind of, he's that explosive. So, again, he is going to the University of Wisconsin. Him and Eric Stokes. And can we give the Packers credit for at least identifying issues and trying to fix them? Hello, they're going to the best specialists out there. TR's alma mater, Wisconsin University. They're going, maybe they win already. But those specific guys, for us to say, you know what, we're going to send him there, obviously, neighbor, or, I mean, I'm sure within miles of each other. So, I mean, you have that. But still, I mean, they happen to be the best at that specific, soft tissue issue kind of deal. So, we are trying all we can. And then again, imagine it, people just forgot about Stokes. Like, people, I think, moved on from Stokes. I think people think Stokes is done. What if that boy just came out and had a half decent year where we like, okay, Stokes is coming. Like, hey, we seen the talent at one point in time. They just have to put it all together. I think Christian Watson, again, health is it, but I think he'll be fine. And I think Stokes will be fine. Call me a homer and just always want to be Mr. Positive, but I see the talent in their games. Now, it could be altered because both of them are speed demons, right? But again, they so fast that even if they do lose a step, they'll still be faster than some people. That's how fast both of these dudes was. So fast that they run so fast they hurt themselves. That's how fast they are, man. Unless it's Watson getting concussions. Yeah, no, that ain't happening. I mean, I mean, that would be a shocker kind of if they did that, and I would understand it if they did that, but I'm not giving them up yet. That's the hey. Let me tell you, according to my to what I've seen from a lot of online whatever. Savage is gone. Dylan is gone. Now at this point, Aaron Jones is gone. Who else they say gone? Just remember, this is all what people saying. Devondre Campbell is gone. So again, I think we might. Oh, and Keyshawn Nixon is gone. So that's what I'm hearing. Like all of those are the for sure guys who have a really good chance of like not coming back, right? So we'll see. Yeah, that's what they're saying. But I think what would he demand? We could get AJ Dillon something cheap, and then again, let's not forget leadership, dude. Our leadership just happens to come at two of the same position. Normally, you got a linebacker leader, and then you got the running back, maybe a receiver. But our two running backs happen to be leaders of the team. AJ Dillon is a leader at this point. He took Emmanuel Wilson under his wing. When you see AJ Dillon pulling up to Lambeau Field, Wilson normally be in the passenger side. Do y'all homework. Okay, so see, respect to angry casual fan, he ain't saying that he don't think that Watson doesn't have the abilities. He thinks he has the abilities, but he just hasn't seen, and he can't depend on him being there because of the injury history. So I get you on that. So and he said get rid of him before it's too late. And he means too late as far as like he's just gonna have his career riddled like this. And there is time, bro. I don't want to get the naming people, but where motherfucker have an injury riddled career for his first 5-6 years and then finally get it together and have a nice 2-3 year run. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it goes sometimes. That is part of it. That is part of it. And they got him from a great program, San Francisco. So program over there. I didn't say team, and we don't like them, but they doing their shit. I mean, you can't make Super Bowls every other kind of year or be in contention if you ain't doing something right. John Lynch, we hate him though. Milto don't make sense over here, man. Because sometimes people get mad. I kind of agree. Now, Quay got the raw effect, and he got the, I'll probably have Quay play by play. But if I just need an all around, just, Devondre still can do it for me, man. I'm like, why get rid of good players, though? Like, if you got good players, just keep them, right? Like, he has been through a lot, and I don't know, man. We'll see. I can't wait to see. But it looks like he's gone, according to everybody, right? Not me. I would want him back. I'm sorry I want everybody back, guys. But again, when you're cooking that good, keep it together. We can still add to it in the draft, But I don't know. Maybe, again, they don't like when people speak out and do certain shit like that. So maybe they still tripping off of that. They got rid of Kylan Hill, even Rasul. They love Sewell, but Sewell at that time, too, was a hothead. You see, I've seen Sewell during and after the game. That motherfucker's a fiery dude. I'm sure he did that in the locker room a few times, and they just got rid of his ass. I'm not saying that's exactly why. We got to pick for him, but seemed like when dudes kind of start to talk in, even Aaron Rodgers to an extent, when he came out and lashed out all his, couple years ago before winning, a couple MVPs, he made up and did that, but he talked about the same kind of shit, and then he got, it was only a matter of time anyway, but got rid of him too. I appreciate you, man. I'm a rock star today, so yeah. Gotta look try to look young. You gotta go up to the kid's school and shit like that, show them I still got it. You still got it. And shit, teachers or counselors, you know what I'm saying, might be I gotta look my best, you guys. For sure. And thank you for that, Milton. I appreciate it. So for sure, Steve, and again, he is going to be grand and main communicator. He coached this guy already. And, when he pulls McDuffie, man, come on, man. The linebacker is the communicator. So, so McDuffie will, like my boy just said, like Steve said, he will have a good year. Hey, he had a good year last year. There were certain certain game he makes a few impact plays. You know, he's there for a lot of the tackles for losses. You know, or even if they run and gain 2 yards, like McDuffie is always in the area. I know my boy Zane Strong likes McDuffie. I like McDuffie. We all like McDuffie. And he's going to be a main communicator between Quay, Dre, if he's there, the next rookie. And then again, I just still need that knowledge. I do want to let Quay fly and just let him take over and be that linebacker. But one more year of tutelage or something, of knowledge from a vet like Dre, I think is needed. I'm not sure, Quay going to be awesome and he going to do what he does, but I think he does definitely need like a sidekick and a very, very good sidekick. And I don't know if a rookie could come in and have that mindset and be better than Dre at that. But again, they say Dre gone, y'all. So we'll see, man. I want him back, but they saying he gone, man. That's what they saying. Yeah, he's a good player, man. He's a good player. He's a smart player. Studies. Knows the play before it's coming. Like, you need that kind of guy. You don't just need. We got Rashawn and LVN. They ain't worried about the plays called. They really are not. They're like, I'm gonna rush. I'm going to try to get in there and get the quarterback. If I got to drop back, I will do that in a pinch, not like once or twice a game. Sometimes you see Rashawn have to, drop back a little bit on a tight end or running back out of the backfield. But him and LVN just worry about rushing, right? So we need the guy who is telling people, I hate to keep relating myself, but, I love having linebackers to tell me where to be because, I'm just worried about beating the nigga in front of me. So if sometimes I didn't know where to line up. I just lined up and I just knew he was going to come over, hit me on the hip, go this way or go that way. Right. So like to have a guy like that on the team, it really, really speaks volumes, y'all. Like to have a communicator. And that's what McDuffie is going to be. He's going to be the main communicator. He knows more than this defense than anybody, on the team. So when he come in at training camp or when they get the playbook, even when he gets the playbook, they're gonna be able to read and study it, but he's gonna know shit already to where like it's gonna go down, y'all. Like I think we're gonna do good. Yes, Romeo did. That's why I'm saying, man. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, first of all, give Goop credit. Secondly, you gotta give these young men credit for actually coming in and just backing up me, right? Because, I did draft reports on all these guys, right? And, I kept looking at all of them. I'm like, these guys can't all be this good. Some of these guys are going to fail. But when you look at everybody, even Christian Watson, I wouldn't even call him a failure at this point because what we seen he could do got me really looking to just see him develop more, man. Get more meat on his bones. He's going to get a little bigger. And even if he slows down, even if he's not the fastest anymore, he's so fast that he'll still be faster than average, man. Definitely, Brandy, but that's why I think you need to get two. How can you get more consistent at the safety position than going to get? I ain't gonna say Antoine Whitfield because that's just my free agent I want. If we are going to really go out there and do something, that's who I want, right? But get a guy like that already established, and still got some gas in the tank, bro. Like 20, he is 20 still. Like this, but again, we'll have to give him a little something nice. But to get him in draft, one at the same position, that's the recipe right there. That's the recipe right there. We need to get a safety within the first two picks. I really want to say we need him on the 25th pick. I really want to, but that is still a time in the draft where you might just have to pick the best player available. But if we don't get a safety within the first two picks, bro, I'm not going to say that because I don't know shit anyway. I just really want a safety. Clearly, I'm not the only one. We're tired of the safety play that we've been getting over the past couple of years. And, shout out to Adrian Amos, but, his last year and a half, started to, crumble down. But he did a great job with it, especially his first 2 years, bro. Amos was erasing shit. You didn't hear, nothing. Went to Chicago, got the game-sealing interception there. Hey, not only does he fight for every yard, Brandy, I'm telling you, his route running is Devontae Adams-esque. Please go watch him. Because, the first time Wicks just came and blew up. I forgot what week it was. Remember, Wicks came in and got like fucking, I don't know, 6 catches for a buck, something, and a touchdown, something crazy. So when that happened, I was like, how the fuck does Wicks keep getting open? So I started looking at the film. I'm like, damn, bro is just really digging into his routes to the point where it all looks the same in the beginning. And then he just, oh man, that dude is good. I don't know who he working with, but that's why he got open so much. He wasn't just getting open for no reason. You know, that motherfucker could run some routes, bro. Watch the fuck out. And then again, we talking about Romeo, how great he is. We talking about Wicks being Brandy's favorite, even though Ben Sims is Brandy's real favorite. Third string tight end extraordinaire, blocker, catches touchdowns. We got him from Minnesota. Like, it all makes sense. He's the third tight end. We don't need no tight ends. DeGuara could go. Oh yes, bro. And they got the assistant from San Francisco. He is now with us. So again, and they're sending them they're doing their part, bro. So you can't say, okay, it is a problem that Christian Watson gets injured a lot, but you can't say we're not trying to prevent it. They are doing all they can. They're sending them to the best doctors. What more can we do? And again, he might just have to get his grown man bones on him. Men grow fast. Look at a kid when they're 12 and then 15 is a different person. 15, 17, different person. Even at the young age of like 21. When you're 24, you're a little different. So, let's give it a little time. And this works in our favor because we can offer him some bullshit. Not a hot dog and a Coke, but he can't go out there demanding nothing crazy, right? We should be able to keep him in on another contract for the low, and then he's gonna blow up because we're gonna have to pay Romeo. We're gonna have to pay Romeo something. Like, I don't know. I'm glad I ain't them. Yes, no. He's too good. Too good. Yeah. And then definitely the attitude, but add the route running of Devontae Adams. He could run better routes than BBN Driver, with all respect. Drive wasn't no joke either. Drive wasn't a joke at all. Wasn't a joke at all. But as far as the route running, man, y'all gonna see Wicks some more. I love Yash, and especially for depth. And we know that he's not scared of the moment that if somebody does get hurt, he could come in. We've seen him do it. Why do people want to get rid of that? For what? He was he was on the bench. Bakhtiari got hurt. Elton started at left tackle. Elton got hurt. Yash starts at left tackle. At the game I went to, I'm like, man, we done. We don't have Elton. I was mad. And Yash really came in there and showed that I could come off the bench, be a starter, and play a premium opponent on the road and win. And he's fine with being on the bench too. Just keep him for depth. Like the O-line shuffle is going to happen. People going to get hurt. Like, it's a big difference to just, oh, okay, Yash, go ahead and get in. Then Joe Blow, we just drafted. Like, no, Yash is I would say a part-time starter kind of player. He's good enough. So why not keep him? And it ain't going to cost a lot. I think Valentine with a V, he gets a little more shine just because of his cocky attitude. But I think Valentine is similar in that way, but he's more seasoned. He's more seasoned and he's not a trash talker. So I would speak just as good as we speak on Valentine. I would speak on Valentine. They like a combination to me, man. And it's great that their names are so similar. But I think he gets less shine because Carrington is the one out there talking, and he got the hairstyle, and he's the rookie. But I'm good on him. And again, for depth, that's what I'm saying. What more could he have done for us to prove us that he ain't ready to play in the game? We're not asking Valentine to be a fucking even top 3 corner, so he can go in there and excel. We're asking Jaire to be the best. We still need Stokes to play out what he is a first round pick. So again, some people hit later. There's late bloomers. Sorry, there's late bloomers. We all experience things at different time. You guys probably weren't fortunate enough to get your first sexual experience at age 4. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I was like 6. Yeah. Yeah. And again, like, hello, Matt LaFleur for a while was, what was he, 17-0, 16-0? in December. Do you not think none of that had to do with AJ Dillon? Come on, he's a big bruiser. Those games is cold. Trust me, playing football is hard enough in the cold, and you got to tackle this nigga. What? No, people don't want to do that. People don't want to do that. That's why shit. If y'all gonna let go of Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, which is very possible, go get Derrick Henry. He's Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon put together in one. Hey, it's all good, bro. I'm rambling at this point. Shout out to my boy Ernie Martinez. Hey, MVP is in the building, man. What's up with you, bro? Hell yeah. But bro, there's gonna be betrayal somewhere, and I don't know from where. All these dudes just walking up to Cody talking about some, hey, we know they're gonna get involved. I got your back. They might stab him in the back. I don't know, bro. I don't trust nobody right now. I'm trying to put it all together. Okay, yeah, the wrestling channel is existing. I got to get the handle on that shit. That I will put in a description soon. Anybody who's interested in my gaming channel, you could just go to yesterday's stream and I put it in the comment box or something. And that's how you can find that channel. And I'm gonna do the same for the wrestling one soon. I think Valentine, got a little wiggle. I think he's possible to do it, and Valentine. But we're pretty much talking about Stokes. I think Stokes, I thought he would be a slot, but he seems to we just gotta get this dude healthy. I don't know what he's gonna do. But yeah, you're right about that. And that's why a corner, we know we're gonna draft. We know we're gonna get a nickel. We're gonna get a corner too within the first few picks too. Not few. I don't know. We gotta go all defense, but we still need a tackle. It depends. See, listen, all our questions are gonna get answered. Let's just wait. We don't have to answer right now. Let free agency happen, and then we're gonna say, okay, we got this to free agency. Now you're in the draft. We gonna. So let's just be chill. Hey, we got another week. It's another week. Hey. There's not a game to goddamn September, y'all. We got a long way. So this stuff that comes by is exciting. So I'm excited for next week. That sounds good. That sounds good. What's up, Nate? I'm chilling, bro. Same old. Oh, yeah. And, again, I hope he stays true to form, just like, when the president comes in before he's the president, I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut taxes. I'm going to change education. Then when he get in office, it's like, well, remember you said you was going to do this. Well, you didn't do it. It's kind of like that. So I hope Hafley comes in and brings in the attacking mindset. But hey, Coach O, defensive line coach, watch out for him. I'm telling you. And Coach Campanile, hey, fiery dude. Like, we about to be out there knocking fools out. We about to be out there hair on fire. Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness, unleashed. 4 hands in the dirt, just coming off of the edge. Good fucking luck, Trent Williams. Good fucking luck, whoever the fuck else out there. Penny Suo. That was the result of, some teams sell out like Buffalo did. Sold out for a Super Bowl a couple years ago, getting Von Miller, getting all these, they got Tre'Davious White over there, had to pay him something hefty, getting Stephon Diggs. Like, they really, similar to what we did when we got the D train. They just put all, they tried to go for a Super Bowl and didn't get it, So now, they tried. They put all the money into these guys. They are no longer worth what they were. It's time to just use their draft picks, cut these guys, get money off of the books. It's a business, man. You know what I'm saying? So that don't mean these players are any less of players. Like, they ain't no good. I guarantee you. Like I said, it depends on who driving the car, y'all. I might get my shit washed every 2 days. The other motherfuckers might not ever wash it. Leave shit dirty on the inside. Like, we could have the same car, but when I pull up in mine, you pull up in yours, you see a big difference. So it depends on, who we get Hafley to get his hands on, man. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait. And again, I was chill. I wasn't expecting to get nobody. But since Goot want to walk up there talking about something, oh, no, we'll make a move if we need to. Well, we fucking need to at safety. And are you going to really make that move, Goot? Because, we got contract problems elsewhere. I thought we was going to chill this year. And I thought next year would be the year where we try something. Yeah, for sure. You seen Giannis when he first came in. Yeah, yeah. But again, when we got Joe Barry, what did we see on his resume? 0-16. That should have been enough right there. Me as a man, I wouldn't have did it. I'd be like, damn, at one point you actually led a team to go 0-16. It wasn't one goddamn week where your wife made you something so good or she laid it on you that you couldn't come out on Sunday and get a fucking victory. 0-16. Can y'all think about that? 0-16. That's why it's cute when the Lions beat us. I'm not bothered at all. You know, I got a problem with Minnesota and Chicago. They could get it any time. And again, we're gonna take care of the Lions accordingly too. But this shit is cute what they're doing. Look at what they're coming from. Both of the best players in their franchise history retired early. It was that bad over there. They did not want to play anymore. If they would have went somewhere else, they would have seen that football was a different way and that not everything is ran how it's ran over there. Hey, they got a cool little coach over there now. Hey, and then again, if you live by the gun, you die by the gun. We got to respect Campbell for going into San Francisco and being just as aggressive as he was all year, because he would have choked if he wasn't just as aggressive, right? And he was, and it did shoot him in the foot, but I'd rather a motherfucker stand on what he stands on. And, you know, so that's why I'm expecting Hafley to do an attacking defense. I'm expecting a roaming safety just walking around, surveying the area. As soon as the play starts, he jets off in the backfield. Or as soon as the play starts, he drops back in coverage. Or, you know, having Rashawn stand up at first and then go down on 4, or not having Rashawn know where he's going to line up until pre-snap. Like, it's a lot of shit that he's going to do. And that's what an attacking defense is. They attack, they dictate. They don't just Joe Barry in here. You can have all this in front of me, but you can't take this from behind me. But then they're just going to keep driving up. And then we got to come up with a red zone stop, which we did most of the time. So if you're going to be bad at, hey, we can't say that much about Joe Barry's red zone defense. I know Zane is going to be the only one who backs me up on this. So, hey, we miss you, Joe Barry, and we hope you do good. You got a job already anyway. And we're going to see you. We play Miami. So it's going to be all good, bro. Oh, yeah, we got to. That's what I always do. Hey, you'll look smarter in the end. Why before Jordan Love comes and takes a snap, why should you say fuck him or anything like that? It's like, yo, he ain't even took a snap. We don't know what he can do. Now we see what he can do. He just needs snaps. He needs more, and he's only going to get better. And he's going to quarterback us to a Super Bowl, hopefully more than one. They'll figure it out, man. I'm sure they're going to sit down with the strength and conditioning coach and talk about certain shit like that too. I would take Xavier out of all of those guys. Jamal Adams would probably be last on that list for me. That is the recipe for me. That's what I've been saying, Milto. Milto's the man. Oh yeah, you can't go man to man against us. It's gonna be a problem. You better try to coach it up, scheme them up, and y'all be in an area to where the ball just ends up being, and you confuse Love. But as far as it's going to be very hard down in and down out. If we go 4 wide, sometimes 5 wide, for all these corners and slots and safeties to guard us, man. Romeo, Wicks, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, all in the same fucking play, and Jordan Love at quarterback. It's going to be a problem, you guys. It's going to be a fucking big problem it's going to be a problem. And that's not even who we going to get in the draft for free agency. We might go get a fucking tackle. You know, I don't know, man. We about to be, man, and we a year early, bro. We about to go and kill some shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I really don't like falling in love with names. Oh, I want this guy. You know, again, I got to put a name to some shit just so when I use reference to say, or if Goot goes get Whitmore, because that's who I would want if we're going to get any safety, right? But, you know, again, same like the draft. I'm not going to fall in love with names, and then when they don't come, I'm pissed off. And then they playing for other teams, and I'm saying, see, that's what we would have got. Hey, the tampering is going to begin on Monday. We're going to see all kind of ads and all kind of shit saying some shit that ain't true. Oh, this player's talking to this team. This player's talking to this team. But then come what, Thursday or Friday, we're going to really hear some shit. So, hey, Hold your horses. We good. We gonna chill out. We just know the position we need. But to say we need this guy to come in, why? Did you know? Did he work in his scheme before? Is his strengths something that this defense can use, or are you just saying it just because of his name? You got to also know what the what his strengths are. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah. I mean, I, I can't argue that. Jair doing his thing though, and Valentine looks promising, but yeah, that's safe to say right now for sure. Y'all remember people how they was acting when we picked Rashawn Gary? Yeah, solid though. Again, he's one of those kind of guys like Adrian Amos, right? It's like you don't see him just making interceptions and just doing splash plays, but you also don't see motherfuckers head tapping his ass. You also don't see normally it's Keyshawn running when you see a wide open person catch the ball and then they run for a touchdown. Normally Keyshawn's the closest player to him because it was his missed mistake. If Valentine would have been, he wasn't out there. Hey, good solid player. Like I said, I think just as good and highly of him as Valentine. And Valentine is a really impressive to me. I like his aggressiveness. We need more aggressive on his defense. And he's not afraid to bump and run. We need that. That fits. That fits. And yeah, that would be a good one. But again, man, as much as I want Max Melton, I want him to do good in life. If he becomes a Packer, great. But I'm not about to be trying to dream about getting a Max Melton jersey and shit like that. Hey, if we get somebody, who has a Max Melton skill set, if we get motherfucking Jack Cross, I don't know, I just made that up, and he has the same kind of skill set from a lower college, I'm with it. It's all good. Hey, you already know when John Boehner get in the building, hit that like button. Listen, I want him back too, but hey, call me crazy. Very good time. Again, this is really exciting. We are outdoing ourselves, right? We nobody expected for us to do what we did this past year, and we're gonna do better. Do you not see the fire in J Love's eyes? He's out there training already, like it's going down. Yes, definitely. That's the idea right there. That is the idea right there. And I think that is very good. I think that is very good. And just have Valentine, like, again, we have to see what Halfley, thinks of the players. Shout out to Cali Packer. What's the word, bro? On pack, you already know. Oh man, I mean, bro, people got baby mamas from other hoods. Blood's got Crip friends. Crip got blood friends. I mean, it's people. It's life. Wrestlers beat each other ass. Then go have a beer after. You know, I ain't gonna let nobody dig. Somebody ask, oh, why you talking to him? Shit, because we cool and whatever we got going, that's our business. I ain't tripping off of it. Cali Packer's the man. Hey, it's all good. Definitely. Right. He just wanted to go visit his son. For real. Hey, y'all heard the MVP, man. Please hit that like button for your boy. Run it up. I'm just running my mouth. Yeah, I used to do that. And then I would get my heart broken every year because we're never going to get who everybody thinks we're going to get. You know what I'm saying? So what we do is just chill out. And then when they do pick the person, do our research on them and figure out how he can fit into this scheme or figure out what are the reasons that we got him. Yeah, and then now when you watch him, it's kind of like, you still kind of like him, but it's like, especially when he's scoring touchdowns on us, it's like, we could have had this motherfucker. And I don't need to be thinking that on third downs during games. I need to be thinking about how the Packers are gonna do what they need to do to win the game. I don't need to be thinking about looking at them like, oh, we could have had them. Every time I see motherfucking Chris Olave, because I think we had a chance to get him, right? I was like, no, we probably didn't, but I thought it was a chance we would get him, and I started to think about the idea of getting him in there, and Jackson Smithy Nigba, him too. I was thinking like, okay, that's a guy we could probably, but I'm done with that. I'd rather already get what let them get the person, then I'll evaluate. But shit, I'm about to get up out of here, y'all, man. It has been great. Y'all already know. Friday's here, and then next week, tampering begins, man. We're gonna be hearing all kind of crazy stories. So shout out to the homie Cali Packer, man. Shout out to Packer fans with swagger. Shout out to my boy Steve. I don't know what they're doing yet, man. I'm gonna put it together. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Shout out to my boy David Niehoff, man. Brandy Lewis, of course. Thank you. Shout out to Jared Reyes. Of course, the Angry Casual Fan. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy Steve, his twin. Shout out to, if I forgot about you, I didn't forget about you. Shout out to Goat Mike Fitness. Ernie Martinez, of course. Milto, of course. John Bannon, of course. Hey, one day, at some point, this shit gonna get out of hand. I'm be calling hundreds of people. We all hope, right? But yeah, man. Hey, everybody have a good day out there. If I forgot about you, I did not forget about you. And y'all, thank you for watching this shit. Hit that like button for your boy, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, man.